Young and the Restless, Michael Baldwin finds himself caught in a tough position, facing a traitor dilemma that could have major consequences. Meanwhile, Summer Newman is on the hunt for answers, determined to get to the bottom of a mystery. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, also senses that trouble is brewing, so let's dive into what's on the horizon for these characters. The trouble for Michael begins with Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, who, through her actions, places Michael in a compromising situation. Although Michael has considered Diane a friend in the past, his loyalty to Victor Newman, Eric Braden, runs deep. Michael knows that Victor's trust is hard to come by, and it took a great deal of effort to regain that trust after their previous fallout. As a result, Michael is unwilling to do anything that might risk damaging his relationship with Victor again. Diane may push him to the limits of his loyalty as part of a larger scheme with Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, but the question remains, will Michael ultimately remain faithful to Victor, or will Diane succeed in swaying him to her side? As Michael faces this difficult choice, the tension between the Newmans and the Abbotts continues to grow, with the hostility between Jack and Victor showing no signs of subsiding. In fact, things are about to get even worse. Victor has multiple schemes in motion, including one involving Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, who has been tasked with derailing Kyle and Claire Newman's, Haley Aaron, budding relationship. However, Audra is overconfident in her abilities, and her attempts to manipulate the situation may backfire. Audra's role in Victor's plan becomes more apparent when she begins dropping hints to Kyle about the competition that's looming, making it clear that there's more at stake than he realizes. Kyle may soon discover that Audra is working for Victor and may begin to suspect that she's just another pawn in his father's game to destabilize the Abbott family. If Kyle figures this out, it could change the dynamic of his relationship with Claire and put Audra in a precarious position. She'll need to be careful, as pushing too hard might not only make Kyle suspicious but could also attract the attention of Summer, who will undoubtedly notice Audra's increasing proximity to Kyle. Summer's curiosity is piqued as Audra begins to spend more time with Kyle, and she's bound to start asking questions about what's really going on. As Audra pushes Kyle's buttons, Summer will likely feel the need to investigate and get to the truth of the matter. Meanwhile, Audra will also find herself dealing with unwanted attention from Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, who has made no secret of his flirtatious intentions. Although Audra tries to keep Holden at bay, Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, may start to grow frustrated with the tension between Audra and her former flame, complicating her life even further. Elsewhere in Genoa City, Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziade, will reach out to Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, for help with a new project, sparking curiosity about what these two might be working on. Their collaboration promises to bring some fun and light-hearted moments to the otherwise tense atmosphere. In another part of town, Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, appears ready to surrender to Lily Winters' Crystal Khalil plan, willing to risk his job in order to dig for more information about Aristotle Dumas. However, Devin Winters, Brighton James, remains skeptical about Damian's true intentions, questioning whether he can really be trusted. Finally, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, is preparing for a meeting with Aristotle, but there's a twist in the air. Someone else may show up in his place. Victor had predicted that Billy would fall into a trap, and viewers will soon find out if his prediction turns out to be true. The week of April 21st to 25th promises to deliver shocking twists, confrontations, and high-stakes drama, so make sure to stay tuned to the Young and the Restless for all the latest developments.